Hello guys, Sudarshan here. Welcome to Data Science Basics. This is the video number 26 in the 30 days of Databricks series. As you can see here, I'm showing you the playlist. It covers almost everything that you need to know in the beginning of Databricks. Please feel free to go through earlier videos if you want, else it's your choice which video you want to watch. Today I'm going to talk about Bamboolib. By the end of this video, you will know what is Bamboolib and what can you do out of it. If you are completely beginner to coding, let's say because this is the data analysis in Python, mainly with pandas. So if you are completely new or you don't know anything about pandas also, it's okay because this is the low code, meaning that you are converting your thoughts into actions by just dragging things here and there. Or if you are just a beginner level, intermediate or advanced Python or pandas coder also, this might be helpful to you because everyone is not perfect and there is something you can learn each day. Let's get started. This is the website Bamboolib. What you need to be careful about this is because Bamboolib is joining forces with Databricks. Before, Bamboolib was an independent thing, but now Databricks acquired this, and there are many things that you can go through here. Announced date is October 6, 2021. It is acquired by Databricks and now it works in Databricks. That's the reason I'm creating this video, so that you know how to use it. I try to use it outside Databricks, but it throws some error. Okay, it installed with pip install, but then it was throwing some error that I need to be verified or something. So I decided to create the video in Databricks itself. I will provide you all the links to go through the documentations, and then there is also this low code exploratory data analysis with Bamboolib in Databricks. You can go through this and see what you can do out of it. But instead of going through the theoretical part, let's jump into the notebook itself so you know what I am talking about. I have provided all the link here, and this notebook will be uploaded in GitHub. I will provide the link in the description. But what I'm trying to do here is, I hope if you have watched my previous videos, I'm talking always about notebook scope packages as well as the cluster scoped packages. Notebook scoped meaning that if you install, for example, this one, it is installed in this notebook, and if you stop the cluster, you need to install this again. This is the notebook scoped. And if that is clustered scope, then you install that in the cluster, meaning that if you come tomorrow to start working in this notebook, and if you attach the same cluster, because you have already installed that in that cluster, it does not make sense to again install, or you don't even need to install because it's already installed there. Because here I'm going to show you two different ways how you can use the Bamboolib. One is loading the UI and then exploring it, and the next one is loading data and then Bamboolib UI. There are two ways how you can do this. When I do this, then I need to again install this. What I am trying to do here is install Bamboolib in the cluster itself rather than this. I will not be doing this, but if you are just experimenting with just one of these, you can of course go with this one. Now what we need to do, we need to go to the cluster and install Bamboolib. Let's do that first. I will go to this compute. I'll open the new tab. Our cluster is already up and running. I will go inside the cluster. And if you go to this libraries, there is nothing installed here. I will go here, install. And by the way, just to make sure that there is no installation of Bamboolib, you can go here and this, you can attach the cluster. When you attach the cluster, by the way, in this free trial, not in the community edition, there is this Python libraries. I have explained you this in one of the videos before also. You can go here and see if there is Bamboolib or not. I will just go here and type Bamboolib. It is going to search here. Type all. It's notebook, cluster, or runtime. Okay, so it is going to search here, or it is searching here. It is not there because we haven't installed this, and it does not come by default when you do this. But let's say if you type numpy, there is numpy, just to show you that it is not installed. So we go to the cluster. I will install with PyP. I will just run here Bamboolib. There you go. You don't need to provide anything, just install. It is going to install the Bamboolib from PyP. Once this is installed, we can now use this in our notebook. If you are completely new how to install other kind of things also, I have already created a video where you can just install packages in cluster as well as notebook. Please refer to that, but I think this is kind of already enough for you to understand how to install. Okay, it is installing here. It might take some time, but we need to wait this because I will show you. Okay, it's there when I speak. Now if I go again here, because I'm attaching the same cluster and it shows here all the different things. As you can see here, there is Bamboolib already being shown for us. That means that it is installed. First, let's go through the loading the UI and exploring kind of things. Now that is installed, what I can do is just import. So I will import Bamboolib as BAM. That's all you need to do. Everything now bakes into this BAM. Now it is going to install import Bamboolib as BAM. Okay, that is done. I will go here and run BAM. There will be a new UI loading widget. This should take less than 30 seconds. And by the way, in the community edition also, it will show you that it is loading, but it never loads, meaning that it's not supported in the community edition. As you can see here, it says Databricks. It's in the beginning, it looks like, okay, what is this? I will show you that this is a power packed package. Databricks reads CSV from DVFS. I have shown you how to read data from DVFS before. You can do that. Next, read Parquet from DVFS. That's what you can also do. And Databricks load database table. So you can load the database table or load dummy data. It's up to you which one you want to go. But I will just load the dummy data here. If I go and load this dummy data, I can go here. I click that one. Okay, now you can see that a different UI pops up here. And it shows here, okay, load a dummy data set for testing Bamboolib. You can just go here. By default, it is showing here the Titanic dataset. You can choose sales dataset or Titanic ports dataset, whichever you want to. This is the we are going with Titanic dataset. And it says here data frame name. Okay, I want to give it dear. I will execute this one. Now what it is doing is, okay, there are many things going, but I am thinking where to start, because what it does now is there is a dataset. Now it is loading that dataset using pandas and giving that dataset DF. As you can see here, this is the UI, first UI, and this is the data next UI we are showing here. And here there are different actions you can do. As you can see here, select or drop columns, filter rows, and there are plenty of things here to do. And as I said you, now you are converting your thoughts into code as well as the visualizations. This is that good. That's the reason I said it's for all levels of programmers or whoever want to do some kind of data analysis kind of things. Here there is create plot also. You can create the plot. Explore data frame first. Just let's see what is there. That is the first step which I want to do in the beginning. Okay. It shows here, okay, what are the different columns it has? What are the data types? And is there some unique values, or how many unique values are there, or the missing values? I think this is the first step that you do when you load the data into the data frame. Okay, from here we can say, okay, these are the things. And it says here there are 891 rows and 12 columns. That's already a great information that we already got. And we see that there is some missing values in age as well as Kevin. What we need to do next is remove the missing values or do the imputation, meaning that replace the missing values with some of the logics that you want to imply. But you can even go and filter from here. So here it says all columns, or you just want to see maybe, let's say, the name. And let's say we want to use survived. Okay, update. What it does now is it just select those two things and display us the answer for us. And there is even, and by the way, once you start exploring one step after another, there is different things being created. Before we were in this data, and there is now a new tab for exploration. So you are not lost there that, okay, what I did before. There is already a new tab being created. And now it's great. Okay, I can see something here. Okay, there is also the predictor patterns. You can just go here and say, okay, what is the survived? And P class you can execute. So it will show us all the different things. Okay, these are the features and survive P class kind of things if you know what is predictor patterns. But I'm not going to explain you now because this is focused for complete beginners also. And there is the correlation matrix. You can quickly see from here. As I said, you can just choose some of the columns you want to do if you want to do more. That's all. And you can even go here. Okay, it's clicked more. You go more in depth into it. What is it? Kind of things. From here also you can see that there are many things already being shown us. But the good part, as I said you, this is the low code. When we are doing all these different things here, let me go to the data. And if I scroll down here, so there is a code being created for us. As you can see here, import pandas as PD. That is what we need to import the pandas, and import numpy as NP. It's not needed at this moment of the time. And then it is reading the data here. What you can do, you can just copy this code. Yeah, copy code, and you can paste, and then there will be also a new data frame being created. But we don't need to go through that because it's already shown us here. And what we can do next is, now I will show you the sort actions. If I go here, let me see that I want to maybe do or select or drop the columns. I don't want all the columns. I will go here. Now once I click that, it is showing here, okay, select or drop. What do you want to do? I want to select first. Which columns do you want to select? You can go here and choose the columns. And let's say I want to have name, sex, survived, and maybe age and p class. That's all I want to have. And I will give the new data frame df, or I can say df selected, just a random name, and I can say execute. When I execute that, a new data frame is being created now. There was df before, and now there is a new data frame, and as you can see here, it is filtered based on only those columns which we selected. And if you scroll down here now with the code part, this is the good part. As I said you, when you write this code, if you are not a programmer or if you don't know anything about pandas or Python, you don't know how to do this. But now when you are converting your thoughts into action, the code is also being provided to you. df selected, that is the name we gave. From df, we selected name, sex, survived, asp class. You can just copy this, paste somewhere, and there you go. You have the code being created with Bamboolib. And you can do many things here now. This is just a simple example I'm showing you. Let's say that you want to go here and do some group by. Let's say you want to do group by based on this df selected, and let's say you want to do group by with the sex column. Yeah, that's fine. You can do and calculate values of this. Okay, add calculation. You can do sum of, and then you can say maybe age. Let's say that, and store results as a new table or new columns. I can say new table, df selected. I can say, okay, there is spelling mistake, but no, we don't have to be worried about that. I will say group by. This is just the random things I'm showing. The things might not work also. I'm not going through how it works. I'm showing you how you can navigate between these things. I can say execute. Okay, now there is sex, male and female, and what is the age sum that is given here. You don't need to find the sum of the age, but I just showed you the example because whenever you do something, there is a code being created. That's the main goal, to show you that, okay, now as you can see here, there are many things happening here. So group by and aggregate. First, what it is done here, d of selected group by and d of selected. By the way, when you have this name change also, because it is referring to the previous one, so this is correct here. Group by sex, age, and these things, and we did the next step also there. So it is joining all the different things, and then it says here group by reset index. It is providing us the code. If you just copy this and execute, we must get this here. Let me just copy this just to show you, and I will just create a new shell here. I will go here, Control V. I'm reading something from here, and I will do Shift Enter. I should get the same answer as I get here, because that is the main goal. So yeah, when I run this, okay, df selected group by, it is doing the group by, but we need to display that. Okay, I can just write here, by the way. I can say df selected group by. If I run Shift Enter, it will provide the same answer for us. It is loading the widget, and it says here error displaying widget COMM is already created. So that's the reason I said you it is kind of refreshing the things kind of things. Because as I said when we do this, we are doing two things now. One, loading the UI and doing something, and then loading data and then the UI, because we have already loaded here something. It is complaining us, okay, error displaying the widget. For that, what you can do, you can just come here, detach and reattach. Okay, confirm, meaning that now you can see all the different things are broken here, but we have the code. But what we can do now, if I run this, it will show the answer for us. And it must be, okay, it says BAM is not defined. What I can do here is import Bamboolib as BAM, because why this is throwing the error? Because we are using the Titanic dataset from the BAM library. We need to have, because that's kind of a silly things to say, because we are working on the BAM and we are not importing the BAM. Good thing there. So I will say shift enter. It should show us the same thing. Okay, it should take, okay, less than 30 seconds. That's fine. Loading the widget, this will take less than 30 seconds, but I want the answer. Okay, as you can see here, what happened here now is it is showing us the UI as well as showing us the answer. This is the same thing that I was going to show you after this, because loading data and then Bamboolib UI, because this is what it is here now. If you see here, D of Bamboolib CSV, I was going to show you the next example, but now that's not a problem, because when I try to explain you different things, it's already there. This is the reason why I said you cluster scoped packages, because we don't need to install the package, because we can import one. I hope you get the idea now. So yeah, when I run the code also, so let's now go with this part. Okay, you saw the answer here, but this code is same as here. I will now explain here. This is the answer that we got from the previous exploration. And as you see here also, when you load the UI and you have imported BAM, meaning that it shows you the answer, but then it also shows us the Bamboolib UI. Now, if you want to do more exploration, what you can do? Yeah, show Bamboolib UI. And it is shown the same thing that it showed us before. And from here, you can start exploring different things. You can go here, do whatever you want to do, or maybe you want to explore data frame, but you need to be careful now, because we are just refining that to just 2 columns. And if you go to the D of data also, we are just have 2 columns. This is the reason you need to be careful which way you want to go. Either you want to first load the UI or then do some manipulation kind of things and start it, or let's say that you want to go with just loading and viewing all the data. If you are still confused why this shows just these two, then what I can do again here, I will go detach and reattach. I will say confirm. I have imported Bamboolib as BAM, pandas, and I'm loading the data, and df meaning that it should show us all the data now. And then also the Bamboolib UI. It says error displaying this is already being created. So this is the reason why I mentioned you, either you load the data and then use the Bamboolib UI, or you load the UI and then start working with the Bamboolib. You can go either one, because at the end it is the same thing that it is going to show us. So it says here error displaying widget, because it is already being created the connection and it throws the error. What you can do now is, if you want to continue from here, you can go to your cluster and you can restart the cluster and then start working from here, because that is creating a different scenario here, because we already have started working with the UI and they did some transformation kind of things, and the state is being recorded there. And when I want to load this again, it throws the connection error. Once you again load from here, you will get the same things which I showed you before. Then you can start exploring from here. So that's all what you can do. I hope now you get the idea how to use Bamboolib in order to do some EDA, meaning that exploratory data analysis. I restarted the cluster as I showed you. If you want to restart the cluster, you can go here and restart the cluster. It took some time, but I want to show you something different also, because I just showed you the example of dummy dataset. So what I do here is import Bamboolib as BAM. Let me import this again, because this is what I did before. It was throwing some error. I restarted the cluster, so it is importing Bamboolib. And I will show the BAM for you again, which I showed you in the beginning of this video. But now I will show you how you can load it from the database itself. It is imported, now it is there. So it should take, of course, less than 30 seconds. Let's see. Okay, it works. What I'm going to show you now is Databricks load database table. If I click this one, and it will show us a different UI now, as you can see here. The one thing that you need to notice here, manual action needed. Bamboolib cannot load tables from the Unity catalog yet. This is what I want to show you, because we are working with Unity catalog maybe, and then you cannot provide the Bamboolib here, and you cannot load the Unity catalog kind of things. But this is going to help us. What is going to help us? From here we can provide the catalog. Let's say I want to go with the main catalog that I have showed you before, but if you haven't watched my previous video, I will open this in a new tab. What I'm going to go through here is, let's say that we want to go with the main, and then inside default I have this movie statistics dataset. I want to load this and use the Bamboolib. That is the idea here. What I can do, I can go here, and what is the schema? The schema is default I want to use. And what is the name of the table? It is movie statistic dataset. As you can see here, when I type the three different labels, catalog, schema or database, and then the table, it directly provides us the code with Spark. It says here spark.table. It reads from this particular location and limit 1000. You can just change this. Okay, this is 1 million, but you can just change to 1000 or even 100 if you just want to view the data. And 2 pandas. Now you know something new also. That is the reason I said you Bamboolib is so nice for us to learn new things. Let's say you don't know how to load data with Spark into pandas. Now you know how you can load into the table and then into the pandas. I hope you learned something new today. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.